Good morning. Hi. So this morning was a wild one. So I woke up this morning. Well, let me just say with a little bit of a context here. For the last few weeks, my check engine light has been on, and then it kind of went away and it stopped. And then, like, for a good few weeks, the check engine light turned off and I didn't have any problems. But then all of a sudden my car starts making like this chugging, and I was like, oh shoot, what's happening here now? And then I kind of just ride it out, you know, and I made plans to go to like a Firestone or like a auto shop place to check my car, but every time I tried to do it, they were booked and I couldn't get my car in there. This morning, on the way, trying to take Nathan to school, I didn't leave yet. I was just in the car from my apartment trying to like go. And I start my car, and then the little sign comes on and it said transmission. And I was like, uh-oh. And so I messaged G. I was like, what's happening? What do I do? Like, should I just, you know, put my faith in the Lord, drive my kids to school because they need to go to school, and try to pick them up? And he's like, I really don't recommend that you drive. I ended up not going. I took my man's advice. I did not drive my car, and I had my dad come and pick up the kids and take them to school. I just forgot what it feels like to have some time in the morning for yourself. And I wouldn't even necessarily say that I had so much time for myself, because honestly, did I really? Because I still had to make like breakfast and lunch for the kids and then do Nadia's hair. But I do have enough time to put a face mask on, so that means I guess I really did have a little bit more time than I normally would. Favorite Dr. Jart Hydrating Solution Face Mask. So I fully realize that this isn't the most glamorous that you've seen me, but we're just gonna roll with it because it is what it is, you know what I mean? And let's brush the hair while we're at it, right? She's brushing her hair. Who is she? An absolute hot mess. Let's fix this. Ta-da! That's better. So I have about 30 minutes before I have to go to work, and I wanted to sit down, enjoy my coffee, and chat. So if you follow me on Instagram, you probably saw that this weekend I went wine tasting with some friends, other couples. My friends, they're very direct, which I love about them, which I can be very direct as well. There's like, we're all a little bit the same in a different way. So I think that's why we're all best friends. But anyways, so we were all sitting at the table enjoying some wine, and one of my friends, she asks G, when are you guys gonna get married? She's like, you guys have been dating for 3 years. What's the holdup? And then G just responds like, you'll know when she knows. Basically, G responds by saying like, you'll know when I know, you know? So when I'm ready, then everybody will know and everything like that, which is totally fine. I get it. But my big question that I wanted to kind of ask, do you feel as if there's kind of like a time frame of how long you should be dating before you get married? Obviously, everybody and their dating experience is different, so you have a different vibe than another person would. Somebody would want to date for 10 years before they get married versus somebody who's like, I've dated them for 10 months and I want to get married now. So it's really like, I know it varies, but essentially we're just having this conversation in the manner of getting married and having babies and everything like that, which me and G always touch bases and talk about to make sure we're always on the same page with that. We both want kids and we're both wanting to get married to each other one day. Right now, is it the right time? I don't think so. But will we? Definitely. That's where my mind is at. That's where his mind is at. We're on that road to marriage and babies. But when is a different question. Do you agree with my friend? You know, me and G have been dating for 3 years. It's time to hop on that marriage wagon and get together. I mean, we already live together, which I think is like, in my own opinion, I think it's so important to like, and it really depends on your preference. A lot of people would be like, no this before marriage, no that before marriage, and X, Y, and Z. in my opinion, I've done that road where it's like I didn't live with my ex before we got married, and you know, the whole shebang. And honestly, I think it's so vital to know who you're getting involved with long term. So I think it's super important to live with the person that you're intending to be with, to see how you guys deal with each other living in a shared space, and also other things as well. So I think it's important to take that route before you get married, because when you're married, you know, till death do us part. You got to stick it out and make it work. Versus it's kind of like dating. It's like you have the intention of getting married and being together long term, but it's also trial and error. Let me know how you feel. Leave a comment down below. I always love our conversations. So do you feel that you've been dating for X amount of time, it's time to get married and settle down? Or take as much time as you need? Or do you ever even have to get married? Do you ever really need to? Because you don't. Do you? I think in the manner of babies, it's a whole different topic. I want to have kids. G wants to have kids. That brings me to my next topic. My other friend, Courtney, which you've seen her before on my channel. But basically, she asked as well. She was like, well, me and my boyfriend are intending to get married and we want to have kids. And she asked G, when are you and Dominique gonna have babies? And then G was like, oh yeah, very soon. And I was like, how soon? And then Courtney was like, well, like in a year? And he was like, oh, less than that. I was like, wait, what? I know we were talking on the topic of having kids, but I didn't know the time frame. Obviously, like, we're thinking more sooner rather than later, but not that much sooner. Leave a comment down below. Mama loves the conversation. I love talking with you guys. As long as it's like constructive. Don't be haters down there and trolling and being rude. Like, when I ask for feedback or constructive criticism or comments to get a conversation going, it's not bashing another person. That's not what I'm letting the door open for. So, but I'm not talking about you, bestie. Leave a comment down below. You know who you are. I love enjoying our conversations and talking to you guys. But the other ones in the back, you want to be rude, you can exit. So, I've already had a productive morning. I feel good. I moisturized, did my facial routine, I cleaned the kitchen. I even wiped down the bathrooms. I didn't show that, but I did it. Anyways, today's gonna be a good day. I can feel it. I already had a productive morning, like I said, so I'm feeling really good. The vibe is there. The kids are dropped off at school. They're taken care of. I don't have to stress about my babies. They're safe at school. They're learning and doing all the things. So, I'm ready to tackle the day. Let's get to it. So I am on my first break of the day, and oh my gosh, it was busy again, like all morning. And I'm like, stop calling me. Like, why do you want to talk to me? Why do you want to talk to me? I know I sound amazing on the phone and I'm like super perfect in every way, but why do you need to talk to me? I'm just kidding. It makes me laugh. But no, really, we were busy all morning and I'm starving right now. I have 15 minutes, so I'm gonna make myself a quick sandwich. Oh my gosh, and guess what? I have to tell you something. So, I'm no longer a pescatarian. So, as you know, or you may not know, but you're about to know now, I was an accidental pescatarian. What happened is, and I'll run through it really quick. Basically, if you don't know what a pescatarian is, they only eat seafood. They're basically vegetarians that eat seafood. We can eat everything except for beef, pork, chicken, turkey, all the stuff. So I was an accidental pescatarian. Accident because I never intended to be pescatarian. It wasn't this big shift in my life where I was just like gravitating towards where I want to be pescatarian for X, Y, and Z. Never been about that. But the reason why I became an accidental pescatarian is because for a month or so, I went into just trying to kickstart a healthier lifestyle and diet for myself roughly about 4 years ago. And then for a whole month, I basically didn't eat any animal products. And when I went in to go and consume chicken, my body just completely seemed to reject it. I broke out in hives, I had a headache, and my stomach was hurting tremendously. So since then, I never touched animal products. Since then, I never ate any chicken, beef, pork, turkey, anything like that. I did try fish, and my stomach handled it just fine, so I was okay. So I just ended up eating a more pescatarian diet for the past 4 years. Did I try eating beef? Did I try eating pork? Anything like that? No. I kind of just ate the chicken. My tummy didn't like it, so I just assumed that my body could not eat any other, you know, protein that was from an animal. It was G's birthday. We went out for his 30th birthday. His friend gave him, I guess it was like a gift card to the steakhouse, if you will. Really high end, super nice, really good, by the way. And the salad bar was completely disrespectful. I basically didn't have anything to eat when I went there. So I had a little piece of like some steak, and I tried it lightly because, you know, I haven't had it for 4 years, but I ate some and my tummy didn't hurt. I didn't break out. I didn't have a headache. I didn't feel bad. So I am now eating meat. I don't go hard and just eat like a whole bunch of meat like all the time, but like occasionally. I still prefer the more pescatarian diet, but will I consume a sandwich with some oven roasted turkey in it now? Salami, maybe, definitely. If I can make swaps for the meat, I will do it, because I still like more of that lifestyle of consuming less meat and animal product if you can. But if I am gonna eat meat, it's always gonna be high quality. I always get organic, grass-fed, 100% ground beef or something like that. Like, it needs to be top-notch quality meat, because I don't want to eat anything with like antibiotics and hormones in it. And this is my sandwich: turkey, red onion, cheese, pesto, mayo, and arugula on a ciabatta roll, or it's a everything but the bagel ciabatta roll. Oh, I got it from Trader Joe's. I'm about to get into this. Yes, I am on my lunch break right now, and my dad is going to be kind enough to pick up the kids from school for me while I take my car to get it checked. I'm gonna drop it off. G is home, so we're both gonna go and take my car to get the transmission checked and see what's going on with that. Hopefully it doesn't cost too much to fix it, because I feel like every time I try to save money, something happens and I end up having to use my money that I saved, and it's so annoying. But hopefully it's not gonna be too pricey. Also, I made myself an iced coffee, oat milk. Oh, oat milk latte. I needed it.
I wonder, is it worth living now? They told me dreams come true once you live it out. I picked up pieces from my childhood in a broken house and heal my soul from the trauma we've been given out. I hear the whispers in the wind under smoky clouds and tell myself once again, I'ma work it out. So much shit can happen, yo, it got me tripping now. Yeah, it's feeling different now.
Welcome back to another day. Yesterday did not go according to plan at all. I was so stressed. I think I left off with, I'm gonna go and take my car on my lunch break and drop it off to get it checked and everything's gonna be okay. That's not what happened. God, I went into the car to start it, and then I was gonna follow G to this, I guess it's a transmission shop, I guess across the street, I don't know, but we were on our way to go and do that. I get in the car, start the car, and it doesn't move. Like, I can put it into reverse, I can put it in different gears, but the car is in neutral. Like, I can't If I press the gas, nothing happens. So my car, I put it in reverse and I'm like, and I just feel myself slowly moving backwards. And I'm like, okay, this is not right. I was unaware of the fact that the car did not move when I first initially went in to try to take the kids to school yesterday morning. I just turned it on and I saw transmission, and then G was like, nah, don't drive it. And I was like, okay. So I didn't even attempt to drive it, I just turned it on. So yesterday at lunch, when I went to actually turn it on, drive it, and actually move it, it wasn't an option. So I had to call AAA and I scheduled them to come out to pick up the car. I wasn't going to be able to drive with them because the ETA was like 50 minutes. AAA literally sucks. I'm sorry. Actually, I'm not sorry. AAA, you suck. Customer service, terrible. They take some hours to come out. I've used them like 3 times, and each time that I've used them, it's taken an hour or more before they come out to rescue me, if you will. And so I'm like, all right, 3:10, they'll be here, whatever. I won't be able to drive with them because I gotta go back to work. My lunch is only an hour. It's like 3:45 and nobody's here yet at this point. Mind you, I called them at 2:10 and scheduled something. They said they would be here by 3:10. 3:45 rolls around and I'm like, nobody's here, nobody's called me, what's going on? So I reach out to AAA and I'm like, where's the dude? Where's the tow truck guy? What's going on? No one has contacted me for an update. And the lady answers the phone and she goes, oh, we already went there and we drove the car 3 miles and dropped it off. I was like, that's big funny considering the fact that I'm looking at my car, looking at me, and we're both looking around like, okay. I was like, no, sorry, that's not true because I still have my car here. I'm looking at it right now as I'm speaking with you. I said, is there any way that I could have somebody expedite and have me move to the top of the list or whatever to have them come and get my car? Because I've been waiting, and the place that I'm intending my car to get dropped off to, which is the transmission shop, she closes at 5. So she's like, if the car gets here before 5, then you can keep it here and we'll check it out and give you an answer soon, blah 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 blah. Considering the fact that the dude was supposed to be here at 3:10, I assumed that the car would get there in time before they closed. As of how it was standing now, it's already going to take them an hour. It already takes them an hour, just as like minimum for AAA. And I'm like, okay, this is not gonna work. You can't have somebody come out until roughly 5 o'clock. That's when the place closes. Like, there's not gonna be enough time. So I asked, I was like, is there any way you can just escalate this? Because this is ridiculous. What if I had been stranded on the street or something like that, waiting for somebody to come and help me, and you guys were just like, boop, 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 yep, someone already picked you up and drove you, but there was no confirmation with the customer? Like, what would you have done in this case? I'm like, so I need somebody to escalate this so we can have somebody come and pick up my car. And she was just like, oh, you want to escalate? Okay. And she just transferred me, threw me off to another person. The worst customer service. And I work in customer service. You don't do that. At least you're not supposed to. At least attempt to help your customer. Especially if you guys are the ones who messed up in the first place, own it up. Then after that, I was on hold for another 25 minutes trying to get in contact with the supervisor. Finally set something up where the tow truck people came this morning. Basically, I am now not only a single mother, but I have no car, no transportation. Let's just add that to the cake. That's awesome. Great. So that is an update with the current situation. Please give all the positive energy to me as much as you can, because I would really hate to have to pay thousands of dollars. But I was Googling it. Transmissions are not cheap, and the fact that I know I have my Fiat, which is already a very tedious car to work with, I'm trying to remain positive. I really am. Whenever I'm stressed, I clean. So maybe that's why my house is always clean, because I'm stressed all the time. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and please subscribe if you haven't done so already, and I will see you in my next one, baby. Bye guys.